Prince Charles is predicted to overtake elements of the royal property and stay in a condominium above Buckingham Palace whilst he's king. The Queen's Buckingham Palace dwelling quarters will turn out to be a flat above the save to permit the house to be open for years spherical tourism, whilst Charles is king, it's been claimed. Buckingham Palace is the most important of the royal family's portfolio of houses and is presently open to vacationers from April to September. During that point, participants of the general public can go searching a restrained range of the palace's 200 or so bedrooms. Prince Charles is the oldest inheritor obvious in British records and is predicted to overtake the manor matters are carried out whilst king. According to Reassets, Charles can also additionally prefer to stay in a restrained phase of Buckingham Palace with the intention to permit the general public greater access. Once inside, a claimed Charles method in coping with royal residences might be one of what cost is that this imparting to the general public. The royal supply presented perception into the Prince of Wales' mentality with regards to our rejig of the royal houses. The insider instructed the Daily Mail. The Prince of Wales strongly believes that those locations were given to supply something for the general public past simply being some place for participants of the royal family to stay. The change-up of the royal family accommodations can also additionally consist of a relocation of the Cambridges to Windsor Castle, a transfer from their cutting-edge domestic of Kensington Palace. Prince Charles is known to pick different residences to be had to the royal family because it is too noisy, because of the Heathrow flight route continuously overhead. Other participants of the royal family might be left vying for lodging with inside the reshuffle. But Reassets near the royal family have claimed there's little chance members of the firm were ousted from their homes. Highgrove, Prince Charles's favoured house in Gloucestershire, can be retained with the aid of using Prince Charles as soon as he turns into king. This does suggest that Prince Charles, as king, will owe £700,000, in keeping with years in hire to his son, Prince William, because the belongings is owned with the aid of using the Duchy of Cornwall. As for Clarence House in London, Prince Harry became the supposed unique recipient as soon as Prince Charles ascended the throne. This is now no longer at the cards consistent with the royal supply, as Prince Harry stepped again from his obligations as a senior royal and relocated to California in ultimate years. It can also additionally become as the house of Prince George, Princess Charlotte or Prince Louis with inside the future. The royal supply to find a mild reluctance with inside the royal family to take in house in Clarence House. They related, "No one is awfully keen on Clarence House due to the fact it's nonetheless visible very an awful lot because the Queen Mother's place." A buddy of Prince Charles instructed the Daily Mail greater approximately the choices which the Prince of Wales will battle with as king. The imperative factor is, whilst the Queen is now no longer here, how do you efficiently unfold generations of the own circle of relatives throughout pretty a big range of residences? The supply with inside the Mail introduced that, no matter a public notion of Prince Charles now no longer trying to stay in Buckingham Palace, he's going to truly have lodging there. However, it is going to be a far greater modest flat above the safe scenario comparable to that of the Prime Minister at Downing Street. They defined the perspectives of Prince Charles and his spouse Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, in the direction of dwelling completely within the Traveller landmark. They said, both the Prince and the Duchess of Cornwall are very sensible, and notice that the reigning monarch need to stay at Buckingham Palace. In any other case it turn out to be like Hampton Court, a Traveller appeal in preference to a operating royal palace. Buckingham Palace is present process a decade-lengthy renovation, with a charge tag with inside the vicinity of £369 million. So what do you think about this? Please leave a comment below the video to give your opinion for us to listen to.